until after we've already picked up the countdown.
Oh, okay.
We can go all the way down to the T-minus 100 second mark, which is where the ground launch sequencer takes over automatic control of the countdown down to main engine start. So at any rate, we're going to continue to plan for a launch 10 seconds before the end of the week window. And wind data is coming in the meantime. We may have that go here momentarily on those winds. That's a go on the upper level winds. Standing by to pick up the count. Countdown picking up in 1 minute. At T-minus 5 minutes and holding, this is Atlas Launch Control.
Commence task 9. Terminal count. Any no-go condition will be reported as stop commit. Check 901. On my mark, the time will be T-minus 5 minutes and counting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. Check 902.
Check 903. Check 904. Check 905.
This is Atlas Launch Control at T-minus 4 minutes 45 seconds and counting. We're pressing toward a liftoff time at 10:57:39 Pacific time. The next milestone in the countdown will be when the ground launch sequencer takes control of the count for the last 100 seconds. That will occur at about a minute and 40 seconds before the main engines and the solid rocket boosters ignite. At T-minus 4 minutes 12 seconds and counting, this is Atlas Launch Control.
Sending green. Check 909 and 908.
SRB and ground pyro systems are armed and ready for launch. Centaur power is internal. Check 910.
MIB is auto-armed. INU is launch enabled. Check 911. Check 454. RCO.
check 912.
This is DROC and countdown net 1. Range is green. Check 913.
OSM.
Leave the T count, the test conductor up as well. This is Atlas Launch Control at T minus
Hold on my mark.
1 minute 45 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark.
Ground launch sequencer now controlling.
Colonel, check 915.
Check 14.
Check 916.
Check 917.
T minus 1 minute.
Check 918.
Next milestone will be at T minus 40 seconds.
Status check.
Go Atlas.
Go Centaur.
Check 919.
920's in work.
We're through where we cut off on Thursday. T minus 30 seconds and counting. T minus 20 seconds. Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Main engine start and liftoff of the Atlas rocket with TERRA, flagship of the Earth Observing System. Plus 40 seconds. Standing by for solids, first set of solids to separate.
Check 1007. Check 1008. Check 1009.
That's the interleaf failure, right? You can telemetry back.
Who, please set your control valve position to open.
Copy, thank you.
We're getting telemetry back
Check
from the
1010.
spacecraft.
Did we have 1009? FMO.
And there go the ground lit
Yes, you have a
solids.
check on 1009, you have a check on 1010, and you have a check on 1011.
Check 1012.
And there are the airlet solids.
Check 10, 12, 13.
18 or 18.
Flight control disturbances look good. Acceleration.
1014 in work.
That might be enabling the... It is.
Check 1014.
Take me down for a minute.
And we have thruster thermal conditioning firings in preparation.
1015 in work.
We have Atlas PU to open loop and prep for BECO. We have booster engine cutoff.
Check 1015.
And we have indication of booster section separation. Sustainer is continuing to burn normally.
FO.
1016's in work. I still have power on. Won't turn off.
And we have fairing jettison.
I'll give you a check on 1016 at this time.
Good. Sustainer continues to
Still have hydraulic pump running.
And everything's
Understand.
looking good. Flight control disturbances are normal.
Check 1017.
Check 1018. 1019 in work.
And we're now 1 minute away from nominal sustainer engine cutoff. Sustainer continues to burn normally. Everything good. And flight control disturbances look normal. We have about 30 seconds to SECO. Everything is looking good.
FMO.
It's in work. Step 1019 is still in
Atlas
work.
PU is continuing
Thank you.
control as expected. Sustainer operating pressures look good.
Check step
Vehicle's flying hot straight
1006.
to normal. And we have sustainer engine cutoff
Check 1019.
and stage separation. We have pre-start on fuel. We have pre-start on locks. Housing temperatures are dropping as expected.
Check 1020.
Secure Centaur engine chill down system. Check
We have had a
1021.
telemetry format change. We have ignition and full thrust. We have 2 good Centaur engines up and running. We are now in first burn of Centaur, only burn of
Check
Centaur for this
1022.
mission. A nominal 369-second burn, followed by a 150-second coast phase to spacecraft separation. And we have Centaur PU to fixed angles. Everything looks good. And we see good steady state operating levels on both Centaur engines.
DC request permission to turn off deck
And both hydraulic power packs are up and running, steady state levels. Everything looking good on Centaur.
Event 1 time, 1858:33.542.
Go ahead, MD.
Check 1023.
We do receive the interleaf.
And vehicle rates are very benign.
2 minutes, we should
For 0, engine position is looking good. Both Centaur engines are
We do
operating
have
normal.
fires down by the retention basin.
And we are in the process of the purge firing for the reaction control system. This
Check
forces the
1024.
nitrogen out of the thruster loop.
Go ahead, SMD.
Responses are normal, and we've gone to closed loop control on the PU system.
Yes.
Vehicle now about 240 miles in altitude, 374 miles downrange, 7,700 miles an hour.
And we're seeing the expected roll rate to separation attitude.
Let us know when it comes on.
We're in 2 minutes on step 1026.
So they're flying this now? What do you think about it?
We just found out the roll rate.
I'm coming back for rework. You got it.
Time for that maneuver is
Get a
right
warm
as expected.
down, all right? I see it coming up soon.
Take it down.
And both center engines are operating normally. We've completed another thermal conditioning firing. Temperatures respond as expected in the thruster loop to that firing. And we're seeing normal center PU activity. And flight control disturbances look just fine.
No data for marked event 5. Marked event 6, 19:00:26.062.
And center PU is moving towards the nominal mixture ratio. Everything looks good there. Engine's responding as expected to the changes in mixture ratio.
Marked event 7, 19:00:29.722. DC, we
And
have
we're
water
now
flowing
3
in the
minutes
RP1 room.
to MECO 1.
That we're off.
Everything looks good. Reaction control system activity is normal.
Marked event 8, 19.
Center engines are perfectly normal. Signature's just fine.
522.
And we see good signal strength on the FTS system. Hydraulics are up and running normally. Acceleration is right as expected.
DC, the water is shut off in the RP1 room. Marked event
And we're seeing very good engine position. Vehicle rates look good.
40.002.
Center RPU activity is very benign. Everything looks perfectly normal.
Check 1026.
We are now coming up on 2 minutes to MECO.
Check 1027.
Marked event 10.
Check 1028.
You getting it, George?
And everything's continuing to operate normally. Acceleration levels are right as expected. Vehicle rates are very benign.
1.19.
PU activity is normal.
Check 1039.
I'm going to throw them up here in a second.
Everything's looking good. And we are in the process of another thermal conditioning firing on the reaction control system. Thruster loop temperatures are very benign, approximately 8 degrees. Right as expected.
Vehicle now 798 miles downrange, 366 miles in
Power
altitude.
tanks continue to operate at normal levels.
Velocity 9,800 miles an hour.
have fire going by the retention base. Smoke. The rest of the cab looks pretty good.
And we're 60 seconds to main engine cutoff.
Hold off on marked event 10. Marked event 11, 19:00:49er.502.
And another thermal conditioning firing. Again, temperature's looking good.
Isn't it? Okay, tick-tock. You get any data yet? Yes. Transmitters are on. They got telemetry.
Check 1037.
I'm ready for separation.
408 miles altitude.
20 seconds to MECO.
MECO is just cut off.
1,200
Continues to operate normally. Everything looking good.
1,200 miles downrange.
And we're having a thermal conditioning firing, so pitching yaw thrusters in preparation for MECO. Signatures are normal there. And we have main engine cutoff. We have 4S engines on as expected. Normal signature on shutdown.
Should have separated.
And
All
the
packs have shut down as expected.
The one down the bottom.
velocity at cutoff was 16,315.
And we have disabled the FTS system.
FTSO.
And we are now in 150-second coast phase to spacecraft separation.
Spacecraft separates at 13 minutes 40 seconds.
And we are now turning to spacecraft separation attitude.
Ready.
We have switched to 2S engines on.
FMO's ready.
FA.
Ready.
FO. Flows ready. We do have still smoke on the retention basin and grass fire. There are some vapor coming off the UT. I think it's
12 minutes into the flight.
off the
And we're receiving excellent telemetry data.
Ready.
Communications now.
Everything looks good.
Communications through the tracking and data relay satellite system.
Ready.
14,000.
And we have null rates out. In preparation for spacecraft separation.
There's a pole for pad reaccess to EOC.
Ready.
16,861 miles an hour is the velocity. 1,400.
Vehicle continues in nominal coast phase. For spacecraft separation. Rates look good.
FOC.
Ready.
Tank pressures are good. Battery voltages are normal and steady.
Separation in 1 minute.
Check 10.
Velocity now 17,310 miles an hour.
We had a short telemetry loss, but we've covered it. Looks good.
Should have quite a round of applause here in the Mission Director Center.
200K data.
And we have a report of good Q channel data.
30 seconds to separation.
30 seconds to spacecraft separation. We are seeing small dropouts from teachers' data. Seconds to spacecraft separation. Rates continue to look normal.
You see the only damage on the MST apparently is the roll-up door covering that I can see right now too.
And we have spacecraft separation.
Everyone's very happy here in the Mission Director Center.
The vehicle continues its post-separation operations. This concludes the commentary for the flight of AC-141.
And we'll continue here to monitor the flight for a few minutes.
is in playback mode at this time.
The next thing to occur will be the deployment of the solar arrays and establishing contact with the spacecraft for that activity after it's on its own. And we will be going into the replays now of today's launch of TERRA on the Atlas rocket while we continue to get additional data on how the spacecraft is doing. At 14 minutes, 40 seconds into the mission of TERRA, this is Atlas Launch Control.
DC, NSC.
Go ahead.
Okay, I don't know in the celebration out here if you picked up that check off at 10:06.
Yeah, we did get that.
Yeah, it's a little hectic out here, and thanks for the eye guy. And SC off the net.
Okay.
We have a check on 1050, on 1050.
Check 1048.
Check 1045, and we are going to leave the flare stack on until we know the fire next to the launch site is out.
Roger.
Got a check on 1046. TC, did you copy that on 1047?
I got it.
Safety copy.
This is CTC. We normally secure that as part of launch securing procedure 107. We will secure it for that.
hinge deployed.
Which hinge? Solar array hinge? Oh, yeah. G and H is out of
This
it?
is Atlas Launch Control at 18 minutes, 20 seconds into the mission. As you can hear, we have a very happy team here in this room. It appears that the spacecraft is doing very well. We have with us Mike Bennick, the Acting Director of Expendable Vehicles from the Kennedy Space Center. Mike, from your perspective, as the Atlas was flying to deliver TERRA to its target, how did the flight look to you?
George, everything was nominal. We had some trials there right at the very end. We went for the end of the window. As you know, we did have some problems with upper level winds because of the front that moved in late in the count. We were able to recover from that and targeted for the end of the window. Got off just in time, and everything in the plus count was perfect. It was a beautiful flight.
So you really had nothing to lose by targeting the end of the window and then just waiting for that data to come in. Is that right?
That's correct. This is something that we've done in the past, and we don't like to do it, but we have the capability to load the flight software for our ascent trajectory late, and we needed that capability today because of the fast-moving weather that came through.
And what were your thoughts as the vehicle was flying when you saw some of these milestone events, such as the solids coming off and the stage separation, that kind of thing? Did it all look pretty much as you would have expected it to?
It was beautiful. There were a lot of firsts on this mission, as you know. One of the primary things that was very visible was the fact that we held on to the ground-lit solids until rather late in the boost flight. And that functioned just as we had planned. Everything was nominal. The vehicle, of course, as you had mentioned, I'm sure in some of the pre-launch commentary, had been on the pad for so long, so it was almost surrealistic to see it actually in flight after 27 months on the pad. It was a beautiful sight for everyone here.
Have we heard anything now from the spacecraft as far as what's going on?
The last report I hear from the gentleman next to me is one of the major flight events after they separate is the deployment of their solar arrays, and I understand that some of the preliminary events have occurred already for that, and that they should be in pretty good shape. We separated nominally, the rates were all nominal, and sounds like they're getting a lot of good data over their nets from the side, what I can hear from the sidebar here.
So then, as far as the launch is concerned, while we still need to wait to be sure that the spacecraft is functioning properly over the course of the first orbit, from a launch standpoint, it appears that it's been very successful. Is that your assessment?
That's correct, George. Looks like just from some of the preliminary data that I had on my screen before I came up here, we were targeting for an apogee of about 373 nautical miles and hit 375, which is very good. Perigee we were targeting for 353, and we hit 353. Inclination 98.3 degrees, and we hit 98.25. So can't ask for much better than that. It was an excellent flight.
That's great. Well, congratulations, Mike. Thank you very much, and I know we'll be back here at Vandenberg many more times over the next 3 years, doing many more launches for the Earth Observing System.
That's right, and we look forward to it.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
At 21 minutes, 47 seconds into the flight of TERRA. This is now TERRA Mission Control.
Thank you, Mike. How's it looking so far?
We're 28 minutes, 49 seconds now into the flight of the TERRA spacecraft, now well on its way on its first orbit. We've had confirmation that the solar array is deploying as anticipated, that it's functioning properly, but we still have to deploy the high-gain antenna, complete the solar array deployment, and make sure that both are functioning properly. So for that, it will need all of the first orbit, which is about 99 minutes in duration. So while we can't completely declare a mission success yet, we have certainly had a launch success. So as the TERRA spacecraft now continues on its first orbit to put itself into an operational configuration, that will conclude our launch commentary from the Mission Director Center at Vandenberg Air Force Base.
TRW, that's our next.
This is Atlas Launch Control.
This is Egypt Air.